I'd like to confirm that I believe that the government of Saskatchewan made a mistake last year when we allowed licensed strip clubs in the province. I made a mistake, and so I'm announcing today that we're reversing that decision.
Did you know, Emma, that we are totally inappropriately dressed for this particular exercise? You're wearing jeans, I'm not wearing a suit coat. We're not, well, you at least have closed-toed shoes, which we're not allowed to wear open-toed shoes.
Women's toes are terrifying.
Women's toes can be terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely.
This episode is all about clothing, or lack thereof, and how we're not going to allow it in Saskatchewan anymore. Are you surprised?
Well, it's very cold here. I am surprised.
Very surprised.
You know what? I was last week when Brad Wall came out and said, you know what, we made a mistake. What do you think? Was this a political ploy to take some of the attention off of discussion about the budget, or do you think legitimately it was a mistake?
I think at least it was part of that. No one can really disagree with the decision made. Who is going to legitimately start an aggressive lobby basically saying, look, you know, we really need strippers badly in Saskatchewan. This puts us backwards 100 years. People might say that, but that's not exactly the foundation of any kind of political platform anybody's going to make. Even the NDP obviously agreed with it. However, I think this was political. I think it was a bit of a distraction from the budget issues, from lean, from all the healthcare crisis stories we've been hearing related to older people, both in hospitals and in nursing homes, not getting proper care, choking to death in hospitals. For 2 days now, we have been talking about what Brad Wall has been wanting to talk about us. And I think the real value of that is Brad Wall at some point or the other saying, I'm the kind of premier that does listen to people. I'm not stuck in my ways. I can admit mistakes. I can change my mind. But I'm not really 100% sure he even made a mistake with this particular legislation relating to stripping and our liquor laws. It really is tough to make the argument that this is something progressive or something that's going to actually prevent crime or human trafficking or any of the other things that he seems concerned about.
Here's the measure for me. If by this decision we have inadvertently allowed for even a marginal increase in the chance for human trafficking, it's the wrong decision. If by this decision we have only marginally allowed for the slimmest potential of a greater foothold in Saskatchewan for organized crime, then it's the wrong decision.
I think this week, obviously, there's talk of a procurement bill that's going to be coming forward. The NDP have been kind of trying to push their own one forward for quite some time now, so I think that's really something we're going to see this week. Any other ideas what you're going to see this week?
Well, budget debate's over, so I think they like to put that behind.
Surprisingly, that passed.
Yeah, surprisingly that passed in the legislature where they got a 40-member advantage. I think that the NDP's best luck has been going back to the meat and potato issues of healthcare, and specifically people struggling with the healthcare system, because they can tie it so directly to government programming like lean, like other things. And it still isn't really well established that lean is saving the kind of money that the government says it is. They did hold a tea party on Friday for John Black and Associates, so I don't necessarily know if that's the last we'll ever hear of lean in the provincial legislature.
I think we'll continue to see some more issues, some more people coming forward with you know, their experiences in healthcare. I think that's going to be continuous, just keep on happening this whole sitting. So I guess we'll see what happens for the rest of the week.
It might be the last we've heard of strippers for a while.
Let's hope so. And let's also hope that this week is less heartbreaking than the Black Caps losing to Australia in the Cricket World Cup. Okay. I'm okay.